Die. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 5?
5?
We
4.5?
did because we did it's like 4.5 because we did a little week 0 recap. That video will come up probably at midnight tonight. We're recording this on Wednesday night. Welcome to week 1. We made it, folks.
We're here.
We survived week 0. We thrived in week 0, and now we've earned the right to play in week 1 of the regular season for college football this year. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the other chair, Yinzy F baby. What's the F for this week?
Man, you know what? The F today, it's going to be for 4 straight days of college football because that's what we got coming up. We got bangers every single night. Backyard brawl on Thursday. Well, I think we got UNC App State Friday.
Yeah. Well, there's
Saturday.
Yinzer. There's more than that.
Yeah.
There's more than that.
Saturday, take your pick of the game you want. And Sunday, we got LSU.
And
LSU Florida State.
I think there's a Monday game.
There's a Monday Clemson game. We got. So let's say it's for. Hold up. The F is for 5 straight days.
Count them, baby.
Give it one more. But this is one of the best week 1 opening slates I can remember. I mean, the backyard brawl and being in week 1 is bananas.
You know what's also wild is it's arguably the best game.
Yeah, it's definitely the best game.
Yeah,
it's the game that means the most. It's where college game day is going to be.
Yep.
And we'll get into it later. But this is the most last week we were kind of waxing poetically on it. We're like, we love it, and then you get into hate week. And you're like, no, I fucking hate these guys. Like, I don't like. I've been talking shit. Like, there's no love. Like, I'm gonna be at the game.
Yep.
Probably gonna get in a fight.
Yep.
And I'm not a violent dude, but I mean, someone might catch hands.
I ain't hear no bell.
No, I didn't hear no bell. Yinzy F babies GoFundMe will be up for my bail later on Saturday afternoon. So.
Belly out of the Allegheny County Jail.
Shout out ACJ. Keep a room for me, baby.
3 hots in a cot.
Oh, that's all I want, dude. Listen, like I said last episode, when I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my feelings. Imagine, Frankie, imagine my 160-second phone call I get. I'm like, what's the line on UTSA? Just calling you to try to get. It's like, you want to call your attorney? I'm like, I need to call Frankie Dimes. You got to get a few bets for me.
You're like, all right, I need 2 dimes. I need 2 dimes on Clemson. 2 dimes on Clemson.
Give me 2.5 packs of cigarettes on.
Yeah, you just have to speak in code like you did in the olden days when you call up the service.
Oh my god, dude! But yeah, I hope I don't listen.
I'll take 3 lemonades.
I don't want to get in a fight on Thursday, but
I don't think anyone's gonna listen. Nuck if you buck, but I don't think anyone's gonna come up to you. You're a big dude.
I'm a big dude, but I'm just saying I might be. Well, no, I'm not going to be outnumbered because we're taking over the stadium.
That's the thing.
Might be a home game.
It is a home game.
Do you think they'll play Sweet Caroline?
I think they will. Yeah, they will. It's tradition for them, right? That's. And here's the thing. All right. Welcome to guys being dudes, where it's just. I feel like it's just a backyard brawl, and now we've just become another W podcast, which is
it's a W podcast.
Not what I wanted, but for the grand scheme of things. But for today, it's fine because this is the best game for the whole week and the college game day and so much hype around it. I'm really last week it was sentimental. I'm so happy this game is back. This week, Costanza can't stand you. All right,
can't stand. We haven't played this game in 11 years. Imagine if Ohio State and Michigan only played once every 11 years. People don't understand. They hate you. They don't understand that. Listen, that Pitt fans, all they do is look down on us, call us hillbillies, and we're like, we're ready. We're going to be at your front door every single time.
It doesn't make sense to me. And so I got into a spat today on Twitter. And thought I wanted to, and then I quit halfway through it because I was like, this Pitt guy is an absolute moron. I understand that there's a lot of idiotic fans on both sides. I happen to be an elitist fan. I happen to be intelligent. And because I am intelligent, it's tough for me to bicker with people on the internet because people on the internet are morons.
Yeah, it's true.
And so we were going, like, he said, like, there was that picture or video of Keydon Slovis that was going around the internet of him saying F West Virginia. I think that's hilarious. I think that's great. And then a West Virginia player posted how they're playing that on repeat in the locker room. I think that's great also. And then some like uppity Pitt fan who thinks he's holier than thou said something like, oh, that's cute. West Virginia needs extra motivation. And I was like, dude, if you're talking extra motivation, Pitt plays Country Roads on repeat for weeks as the game is leading up. And he goes, "Oh, you mean that song about Western Virginia?" And I was like, "That's not the insult you think it is." I was
and first of all, we'll legislate that. We'll legislate on another pod because that's an ignorant take.
Ignorant.
And listen, we're not going to get into that song right now. But like you're saying, what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen with all this shit. With first of all, Slovis, they dug up the old tweets of him having an eat shit Pitt tweet, which is fantastic.
Yikes.
Fantastic.
Yikes.
I'm like, if you just want to ether a dude, if he wants to say that shit, I'll be like, is this yours? Is that your girl?
Nothing. Dude, this your girl? This yours?
This your girl right here?
Dude, nothing better than a this you?
Yeah.
It's literally, you can't top a this you.
We're looking at the coach. I'm like, come get your boy.
Yo, come get your mans. Who mans is this?
Whose man is this? But honestly, and here's what's going to happen, I know, at the Pitt game, because they're going to talk all this shit, and then we're going to be at the stadium. We're going to be chanting eat shit Pitt, and then some Pitt fans going to be like, oh, I can't believe they would chant that. There's kids here. I'll be like, you know what?
That's what they do, though. They get into this like elitist mindset when things don't go their way. They're like, well, there's children here.
I don't give a shit.
Are you steel workers, or are you intellectually holier than thou? Which one is it?
Let me tell you, don't bring a kid to this game if he wasn't alive the last time he played. I don't want to see anybody 10 under in this game. Listen, this game is for the dogs. This game is for the grown men. Okay? When I take an X-ray, when you walk through these gates, you better have that dog in you with that X-ray. Okay? Because that's all I'm going to have. I don't want to have some like 7-year-old kid that you're bringing out there. No. Take him whenever FIU comes to town.
Yeah.
Take him whenever you get some
FBS.
Yeah, worst program. Take him whenever the cupcakes come down, because this is a man's game. And listen, things are going to be said. You're not going to like them. Some dudes are going to say some shit to me, and I expect it. That's what makes the brawl the brawl. It's not a cocktail party. It's not a shootout. It's a brawl, dude. That's why it's a brawl.
It's a backyard brawl, baby.
Knock down, drag out. People, listen, if you don't get it, you don't get it. I can't explain it to you, but I mean, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm 24 hours out, dude. I'll be in the stadium this time tomorrow. Ready.
I love that. I'm so pumped for you, man. And I'm pumped for you because I know you're going to put good content out there. You can follow him on Instagram at
Yinzer17. That's Yin's ear. 2 E's.
2 E's.
2 E's. Double vowel.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Yeah, I'd like to buy a vowel. But yeah, check out. It's going to be tagging all the DJ NYC stuff. You're going to see me and my boy just drinking at every bar. We're going to have some Pitt content, some West Virginia content. My goal is there's a lot of shit talking. There's a lot of fun. Nobody does anything stupid, and West Virginia walks out with a victory. That's my ideal victory.
And that's what we're hoping for. I mean, I don't like my friends affiliated with the program I understand they're trying to double reverse jinx it by saying like, nah, we didn't look good in our scrimmages, and they're trying to flip the juju.
Yeah.
Dude, just be positive.
No, I'm going in. I'm expecting a win, and that's all I want, because I'm looking at them like
the standard is the standard.
The standard is the standard. Records don't matter in this game. Players don't matter in this game. It's a coin flip every single time. So you're gonna go in there and let's see what we got. Let's roll the ball out. I'm ready to see
let's roll the ball out. And there's a game later I got to make reference to rolling the ball out. But I think the good thing about this game, as far as West Virginia's perspective, is that we are now the aggressor and the invader, and we are the team that has nothing to lose, so to speak. Pitt is good adjacent, like I said last week. They are good adjacent, returning a lot of talent, losing their top 2 offensive talents and their offensive mastermind coordinator. However, you get Keydon Slovis, which is fine, but you're still missing, a Biletnikoff winner and then first round NFL quarterback. That's gonna take a huge chunk.
Pickett's been looking great.
Yeah, and good for him.
Great. And excuse me, but I mean, the biggest thing is, like you said, that's such a good point, because we always feels like we go to these games the past 10 years. We're the team that's looking to get knocked off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pitt's always the one doing the hunting. They're the one with nothing to lose. They're the ultimate big game hunter.
In my lifetime, that's the way it's been. Is West Virginia has been the superior team.
Yeah, superior team, and that's where that's why we're kind of like coming from this. I'm like, I love that you said that, because like it's flipped. Like I'm going into that stadium tomorrow, and I'm like, I don't expect us to go out there and blow the doors off, but I expect us to be in this game, and I expect us to win. And I'm not going into this game like there's no chance we can win. Like I'm like cautiously optimistic that I'm like even when the Pitt fans are talking shit, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, we might have something for you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that.
The thing surrounding us, and I will say this as trying to be as bipartisan as I can, there are way more question marks with us as opposed to
100%.
Pitt's
turning a
protecting
ton
the
of
majority of
production.
their defense.
Yeah.
Our secondary is made up of FCS
Transfers.
transfers.
Yeah.
And Charles Woods.
Yeah.
Who's good.
He's a stud. But I mean, that's honestly what it's going to come down to is we don't know what we have. Pitt knows what they have, and we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll the balls out, see what happens. But I think we can get it done. But we're gonna get into that a little bit during guys being dudes. A little bit. We're gonna talk about kind of going in just about the biggest trip and why. We're kind of touching on it now, but I definitely want to run down. I got a quick point that we'll hit up a little bit later. But, you want to go for some DGen corner? You got some DGen corner? Any stories from the degenerate life?
From the degenerate life?
Yeah, gambling stories?
Let's see here. We've told the story about having to drive Lyft to cover gambling debts. I think a good gambling story is when I was a professional baseball scout. This all goes back to 2019. I was gambling on the Little League World Series.
Of course.
I think that's a good DGen story.
Of course.
And the thing that you have to notice with, and the Little League World Series just ended. I'm not proud of it. I was a sick person. All right.
Sick puppy.
You have to give me like a benefit of the doubt here. And the thing with gambling on Little League World Series, it's the lines are all messed up. And so they're really easy to just manipulate. If you watch like 2 games, you're like, okay, this team's obviously better. You get one stud pitcher, you ride him till the end. If a team defense is a big thing because kids just kick it and throw it all over the field. So I don't even know why I'm giving you gambling tips on how to bet Little League World Series. But that was like sort of a less of a DGen story, more of a DGen blurb. But I do have a DGen story that you and I both share, and I think this is good. It's that we will bet on states for the election, regardless of who we want to win politically.
Bro, I can't believe the DGen story I have is about an election story. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Go ahead. Give us yours and I'll give you mine.
Well,
that's ridiculous.
Barring incriminating myself and alienating myself from half of the country, I will just say that the person who I predicted to win the state of Arizona versus the person who I bet on to win the state of Arizona, wildly different. And so the crazy thing is, it's like the race is already over at this point, and the race to 280 or 270 or whatever it is, it's like it's over, and I'm still like, yeah. But what about Arizona? Like, what about Phoenix?
You're up till 2 a.m. watching like Fox News. You're like, they haven't called it yet. They haven't called it. I still don't even think I got that money back yet. I still think there's votes out there that are being casted. You're gonna find some in the desert.
Yeah, you gotta wait on recounts or whatever. I'm watching that guy with his sleeves rolled up to his elbows and he's pressing the board all over the place. Steve, whatever his last name is.
They need to go here. We're gonna go to Maricopa County here, and here.
Maricopa County. You know what? That guy with the glasses in the shirt or whatever it is. Glasses in the shirt, you moron.
Yeah.
The rolled up sleeves.
Yeah.
That guy, you know who he is? That's my John Madden. He gets that
guy's better at his job than almost anybody I know. He's incredible.
Telecaster out there, and he's like, okay. And so the 18 to 24-year-old vote here in Houston is very pivotal. And I'm like,
he's incredible.
This guy nailed it.
But that's so funny. I don't even know if I shared you what my story is going to be about, but my story is this is probably the most degenerate thing I've ever done.
Okay.
I voted for Connor Lamb in Pittsburgh. Shout out 17th District.
What?
And so they let you bet on congressional seats, congressional districts.
Where is this? On what book?
Bovada.
Oh, Bovada.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not a. It's not any book,
dude. There was a quick sidebar. There was a Bovada bet in 2018 that I'm very upset I didn't put my life savings on. It was, will Tim Tebow make it to the major leagues? And it was like, no, minus 150. And I'm like, why didn't I just do that?
You could have just been a billionaire.
I could have been a billionaire. But
here is the genius of this bet. And here's why it's peak DGen, because the girl I was dating at the time was like telling me I was committing a felony. And I'm just like,
how was that a felony?
I don't listen. That's why I said X before I said girl before it. Okay. So I went and I'm like,
change your girl.
Yeah, I did. Had to. After this, I'm like, listen, I'm going to take this money and take you out to a nice dinner and not even going to respect me after.
Dang, so I was going to take you to Eddie V's.
Take it to Eddie V's. I was be lucid the whole time, possibly. But I went out there and I went and voted for Connor Lamb, and then I went on Bovada and betted on him. And I was thinking, I was like, wouldn't it be great if like I got to bet on like the Golden State Warriors and they just like let me take a free throw at the end of the game? Like that's what it felt like. I know it was just one vote and it's not like the same thing, but like I just felt like I've never felt like I was like more entrenched in a bet. Listen, and the same thing
if you like convinced, if you like say you live in like a small county in like I don't know Iowa or something like that, and like you convince like your buddies, you're like, hey, if we all vote for this guy and we all bet on him, we can get rich, and like you just like. Dude,
I think it was capped at like $75, but it was literally like the most fun I've ever had gambling. And I'm just like watching like the local news.
You're watching
the ticker go by. I'm like they're calling it. I'm like they're calling it for lamb, honey. And she was like, "What?" I was like, looks like you can get that appetizer at the Outback Steakhouse tomorrow. She just, she didn't care. She didn't care about the blooming onion. And you know what? Now she's out there living her worst life.
Yeah. No, the school board voting's in. No, it's not good. It's not good.
Honey, if the PTA presidency isn't going to go our way, we might have to downsize. That's all I'm going to tell you. The soccer moms made a huge late push. But that was one of my most degenerative stories. But the next one I have is much higher stakes, and it's actually me and my buddy, the Big Putz, when we were in Vegas. He'll be featured on the pod.
RB1.
Dude, he's such a good dude.
That's RB1. That's our bell cow.
He is the Big Putz he's entertaining as almost anybody I know. But we the time in Vegas that we almost made a guy homeless. I don't think I've ever even told you this story.
This is new to me.
So Super Bowl, it was the I'm not even gonna tell you Super Bowl because it's gonna ruin the story. But he's sitting there. We go down to the chairs. For the Super Bowl in Vegas, you go down on the sportsbook. You want to get a chair super early, so you'll go down at like 8-9 a.m. to like stake out your chairs. Everybody kind of spreads their shit out. Everybody kind of respects it. The degenerates respect each other. So if you got 4 chairs and you leave a gap between the 2 people, know not to take them. It's very democratic. It's a very civil environment down in the sportsbook pits. So we're sitting there and we're talking, and this dude sits down. He's like mid-30s, black dude from Baltimore, super cool dude. We're bullshitting, going back and forth, and he's like, "Who do you like tonight?" I tell him who I like. He tells me who he likes. He's on the opposite side. So we're sitting there just betting college basketball, and I'm telling him, telling him why he's wrong. And like, listen, when you're in Vegas and some dude tells you to take a pick, you never take it. Like, you go there. And so we're talking. I'm like, I'm in college. So I'm betting like a couple hundred. In college, that's a ton of money.
Yep.
And I'm telling this guy, I'm like, listen, this is why you're wrong. This is why you're wrong. This is why you're wrong. And finally, he's like, all right, dude. He's like, you convinced me. He's like, I'm going to flip my bet. I was like, all right, let's do it. So we're watching the fucking game. Okay, it comes down to the 1 yard line. You know what game I'm talking about?
Oh, I do. It's
Seattle, New England.
Yeah, it's like 20.
Seattle, New England. And guess what side I had him flip on?
Who?
I had him on the Patriots. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry. And like, I didn't know how much money he had on the game. Like, we never talk units. We never talk money. And he looks at me. He was like, bro, my girl is going to kill me. And like, you hear people say that all the time. He had 10 G's, 10 grand on the Patriots that this dude flipped on my advice. And if he would have told me this, I'd have had a panic attack and had to leave.
You would have had to you need to get out of there.
Okay. And for anybody that doesn't know, if you don't remember this game, that's the Seattle game where they're on the 1 yard line and you have Marshawn Lynch, the best power back of his generation. You hand the ball off 3 times in a row, he's going to score one of those times.
Yep.
So I'm telling this guy, I'm literally hugging this guy dude, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were playing that much. Russell drops back. Malcolm Butler steps in front of that slant route, takes it the other way. Me and this dude, when I say I picked this guy up off the ground, I'm swinging him around. We're going nuts. He's crying. I'm crying. I couldn't believe it. It was such an endorphin dump. And, we're about to head out and everything. And in Vegas, whenever you're cashing bigger tickets, they'll take you to the front of the line. So if you go up and find somebody and say, hey, I have a ticket above a certain amount, they'll cash you out separately because they have to count it up. They don't want to count it out in front of everybody. And plus, they don't want to see you counting out all this money and going back to your hotel room.
And getting robbed.
And getting robbed, which is a real thing. So they will escort you back, or they'll take you in the back and count it out or do it separately, or they'll pay you out in a note however they want to do it. So this guy, and we're about to just head off, and he's like, hey, he's like, hold on for a second. We're like, okay. So, me and Boyle are holding off, or sorry. We'll leave it in. But
no one knows.
So we're coming in. Huh?
No one knows who that is.
No one knows who he is. But so we're coming in, my buddy. So he's like, hold on here for a little bit. He goes out. He's gone for 30 minutes. We're not even waiting in line because the lines for the Super Bowl are about a mile long. So you always catch tickets the next day. So we're waiting, and dude comes out, hands each of us $500, takes us to the liquor store, buys us a bottle of champagne. And you got to understand, dude, we're in college. We're just broke college kids.
Just made it.
dude, we're losing our minds. Hand us each 500. We go to like whatever, like it was at the South Point Casino, which is a great off-book casino, or great off-strip casino. And we go down there and we're just sitting there ordering like mountains of food. We're drinking this like $250 bottle of champagne, just passing it back and forth. And I just like look at my buddy. I was like, dude, this is Vegas. Like this is Pete
That's
Vegas.
How you do it.
And I'm like, and the thing is, one swing of the bat, one crazy flip of the ball, and this dude is out 10 G's. And I'm like, that's the degenerate side.
That's
like
the degen side.
That's the degen side. And like, I mean, I had a couple hundred out, but like winning this was like one of the greatest wins ever. And I'm like, and I'm hoping by hope that this dude stumbles upon this pod because I had his number and I lost it because I switched phones. And I just wanted I kind of wanted to retouch with this guy and be like, dude, was that the craziest night of your life? Like you meet a stranger and he convinces you. Dude, you meet a stranger and he convinces you to bet $10,000 on a game. $10,000 you don't have. But I mean,
until you're betting, and this is for all the kids out there, until you're betting money you don't have, you're not gambling. Yeah. I don't want to hear it.
Don't call yourself a gambler if you've never betted your rent money. And I'm not saying that's the cool thing to do. I'm not saying it's
smart. I'm not saying it's wise, but the less you bet, the more you lose when you win.
Every single time. But like, I don't remember, the $100 bets. I remember the bets were at $4,500.
Yup.
And I'm sweating it out. And after the game, I have to like go take a nap for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. But and then there's like, and then here's when I was like really like addict when I was like, you lose like a couple grand and then you like lay there and you're like, why did I do that? And then you look at the slate the next morning and you're like, all right, who we like?
I'm right after it.
Who we like? NFL Sunday. Let's make it back.
Listen, and that's why we talk about unit management, because Frankie and I now, we're more polished gamblers.
We really are. And we're very I'm at least analytic based.
Yeah. And we don't, listen, this is stuff. I think we're smarter gamblers than we were. We'll still get a little crazy from now and then, but we're trying to guide you in the direction to not make the mistakes.
Unit management.
Unit management is
1%
key.
1% of the bankroll every pick.
Every single time. Well, you can spread out 1%, 2%,
I'm just 3%. Kidding. I don't do that, but I do manage it. I do manage it.
You have to see if you're going to do it, you got to pick super, super tight to make money. But yeah, dude, that was like, I think about that story all the time, and I'm just like, if Pete Carroll runs the ball, this guy probably jumps off the stratosphere. Like
this guy probably kills you.
Yeah, 100% KMS. He probably kills me first. But,
and then KMS.
Then KMS.
The murder suicide.
And that's really the only rule in the group chat we have is no KMS. So
what are some other rules in the group chat? Let's get into that. Let's get into gambling sins and group chat sins.
I mean, do you got any for me, or you want to kick a few out for you?
We'll go tit for tat.
Okay. I got one. I got a gambling. I'm going to start with a group chat one. And this is kind of what we're going into. Is it fair or foul?
Oh, we're doing fair or foul. Okay.
We'll do fair or foul. We can do sins. I don't care how we do it. I'm going to do it fair or foul for you. At what point can you stop talking about a dude's girlfriend in the chat? Is it when she becomes his wife? Is it when she has a kid? At what point can you not bring a dude's girl in to the group chat?
What do you mean by bring a girl in, and like what's the verbiage?
Just like talking about her. Like if your buddy starts dating a girl, she's going to be brought in the chat. She's going to be discussed.
Yeah.
It's going to be discussed at length.
Right.
At what point can you stop talking about it? At what point does that become is it when she becomes the mother of a child? Is it when it becomes the dude's wife, when you're just like, it's off limits? Because in our group chat, I don't know. I don't think we've stopped anywhere. So I'm trying to see where would the boundary be.
Limited though. When there's a ring involved, it's limited.
It's limited. People aren't catching strays. Like it's almost like you're never like the wives in the group chat aren't catching that many strays.
Now me, who sends different people in there,
Frankie just repeating these girls.
It's honestly gotten to the point though where you guys have just become numb to it and you don't have anything to say.
We have. You're like, look at this cute Jewish girl. We're like, Frankie, I cannot tell these girls apart.
You're like, look at this tall athletic girl, and you're like, didn't you just go out with her?
I think you've gone on dates with the same girl twice too. I bet because you're just like, you just have the same type. You're just like, huh. You're like, you look familiar.
And you said you're from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Huh. No, wow, I thought I maybe recognized you.
You love those JPs, bro.
I do. So with that being said, I think when you do fiance, I think that's when.
Is that when it comes? Is that whenever you can't be like, you can't say stuff about, like, you can still act, but you can't be like hollering at this chick. Like if she posts a thirst trap, you can't put it in the chat then.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I think that's fair enough.
Cute top though.
Yeah, of course. Listen, cute tops are always allowed.
It's all about cute tops, bro. We love complimenting people. Oh, nice shirt, cute top.
Can we talk about our resident idiot in the group chat where I think we need to go deeper into that, where he talks about something I've never seen. He'll be at a bar and he'll see a dude walk by and he'll just look at him and be like, "Hey bro, cute top." And it literally, every dude who's ever gotten that is just completely shook for like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is that?
It lifts my spirits when he says
it. But like he says it to random dudes. He's like,
dude,
cute top. Cute top. And the guy's like, by the time it registers, it clicks. He's like, what the hell? And that's I think that's just the mark of the genius, but we definitely need to make some cute top merch.
I wouldn't mind. Oh, cute top merch would go hard. All right, here's my gambling sin. All right, fair or actually no, it's less fair or foul, and it's more like give me a timeline.
Okay.
At what point in the game, we'll say football, are you allowed to, like, is it fair or foul if your buddy comes up to you and says, "Oh, bro, you got this," and the game's like halfway over?
Oh! Until they are kneeling the ball, or unless the team is up 3 scores, that is an absolute cardinal sin. And if you think we're overreacting, it happened last week with Nebraska, who was up 11 twice. If anybody comes up to you and says, "This is over," you need to remove that person from your life. That is a sin. Listen, would you go up to a 9-month pregnant woman and say, "Oh, baby's here. Looks like a happy kid"? That is so outrageous. And if you want to talk about what drives me up a wall and why I can't watch a lot of games people I have a lot of money on, and they're like, "Oh, bro, you got this."
Yeah.
Like, no, that's a huge sin. That is a huge sin. It's undescribable. It would be a cardinal sin. It would be on the tablets of the gambling sense. Yeah, it'd be brought down from the mountains. That's how disgusting that is. But I mean, yeah, I can't. I'm disgusted even thinking about it.
I got one more. Do you got one more?
Give me what you give me yours, and I'll give you my next one.
All right.
I want you to go first.
Fair or foul? Somebody asks you how much you have on a game, and you say an amount. Yeah. Most of the time, it's like dudes at bars who do this.
Yeah, of course.
And you say an amount, and then they go, "Oh, bro, I got blah, blah, blah on it."
I mean, you know what my answer is going to be, and it violates one of the tenets of the podcast, is what is we don't do?
Unit shame?
We don't unit shame. Listen, not everybody's getting, okay, to a dude with $40 in their bank account, $20 is a big bet.
50%.
So, 50%. That's why we talk about units. And the thing is, in this life, you're trying to, sometimes some dudes are going out there betting $10. $10. Shout out Dawn Magic Wand. But I mean, it doesn't matter what you're betting as long as you got skin in the game, because that brings me to the next dude, which kind of leads into mine, is the dude that doesn't gamble on the game and tells you what you should have bet, or tells you, no, the post-play guy that doesn't bet, and he's in the chat and he's like, "Oh, I love Florida this week." And they're like, "All right, post a slip. I don't care if you had $5 on it, but put that slip in the chat.
Post a slip. Document it.
Don't tell me you have a pick and I ask you to pull up a slip and you don't do it. That means nothing.
It's null and void. You didn't have them then.
That would be like me looking at the stock market the day after and being like, "Oh, dude, I knew Tesla was going to blow up." No, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
We don't unit shame.
No.
And all we ask is you be honest with your slips. Now, Frankie and I bet some games off pod. Did we count those on pod?
No.
We did not, because we didn't post them.
And I wish I did, because I also, again, undefeated.
I went 2-0 off pod, but you know what?
Did I tell you I found a slip later?
Yeah, you posted to me the Nebraska one, right?
No, another Illinois pick.
Oh, it was another Illinois pick.
I took them 3 times. I took them at 16.5. I don't know why I did that or when I did that, but it's in there.
Let me ask you one more fair or foul relating to.
And then we'll get into picks.
Then we'll get into picks. People want the picks. People want the winners. Let me ask you one more fair or foul.
All right.
So you're out with a girl and she wants to do some fall activities. It's going to happen.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Fair or foul? Only allowing fall activities when your team is either on a bye or playing a late game.
That's fair.
Okay. So you're saying if West Virginia's playing Texas Tech, we're not picking apples?
No, I'm saying, you're saying if it's a late game, if West Virginia and Texas Tech are playing at 8 o'clock, yeah, it's fair.
I'm saying, would you go on a fall activity if West Virginia was playing a game of consequence?
No.
Okay. That's all we need to know. And
because I'll be honest with you, I love the Mets.
Yeah,
my life will go on.
Yeah,
West Virginia football is my thing.
It's baby. It's your baby. And that's what leads into the same thing of that's why we hate fall weddings. We love fall weddings, but you got to know. And if you're going to have a fall wedding at the reception, there better be TVs everywhere. That's just being a good host. You know?
Yeah. Otherwise you're going to call me a jerk because I'm checking a score app every 5 seconds.
If I have to celebrate your love for 3 hours, you're going to celebrate my vice for the next 7. And I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. And don't get mad at me whenever Kick Your Hands Up and Shout is playing on the dance floor and I'm not having fun.
And I'm not kicking up because FIU's not in yet.
Yeah.
So don't ask me to chicken dance if the over's not in. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But I think that's pretty good. I think those are some fair rulings. I think I don't know. I wouldn't argue with any of those.
Here's the thing: we're never wrong.
We're never wrong. I think it's time to get into the picks. I think it's time to get in the meat of this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to let you, since you are our clubhouse leader, you actually do have honors on the tee. Frankie is up 4.24 units. If you didn't listen to the recap,
that's so huge. That's so huge.
So huge. A $100 better would be up $424 if you just listen to Frankie.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please, but he's going to actually make you a little more money. Frankie, the tee box is yours.
So you're just gonna call. I'm entering the chalk zone. That's what I'm doing. I'm entering. You know that show, the old Nickelodeon cartoon. Was that after your time?
No, dude, no. And the only reason I'm getting distracted is I looked down. I was like, shit. How many chalky picks do I have? And I have a lot too,
dude. You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put our faces on the chalk zone, graphic image, like the title card, and I'm putting that on DEGEN YC. You and I are on the chalk zone. We're entering the chalk zone.
We love
early in the year favorites. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's not. Listen, we'll play the dogs later, but sometimes it's time to. There's a reason they're favored a lot of the times, especially we talked about last week. The bad teams are pretty bad, and Vegas might not catch up yet. But give me your first pick, dude.
All right. So my first pick, it's a 2-team alt spread parlay. It is 1 unit. It is featuring 2 pretty heavy favorites that I happen to believe in. And it's not so much that I believe in them, it's also how little I believe in their opponent, which is, I think, a common theme.
Which we're going to have.
So off the bat, pick number 1 of this 2-team alt spread parlay for 1 unit is, by the way, that's plus 133, Yinzer. That's plus 133.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Okay, go on.
So pick number 1 is TCU alt spread minus 8.5 against Colorado.
Colorado's going to be bad this year.
Thank you. Colorado's going to be one of the worst P5 teams in the country. There's a new life injected into TCU this year. Even the defense, which was Gary Patterson's baby, fell flat at times last year. And now with who's the guy there? Meacham or Sonny Cumbie? Who is the head coach now? I forgot.
TCU head.
I love how informed I am. But I know they have one of those, the old TCU guy throw the ball all over the place. That's what they're getting into. Anyways, Max Dugan's still there, which is all that matters. They got a couple electrifying.
It's Sonny Dykes.
It's Sonny Dykes, not Sonny Cumbie. I'm an idiot.
Sonny Dykes.
So it's Sonny Dykes.
Loves to throw it around the yard.
So no doubt there. Weather looks interesting in Colorado. So that's why I didn't take the over. But
Frankie meteorologist.
Pick number 2 is the Ohio State University minus 13 at home against Notre Dame. Hate Notre Dame, can't stand Notre Dame. Ohio State, most electrifying offense in the country. Period. Stop.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Period. Stop.
Absolute stud. Absolute stud. He actually just scored another game in that Rose Bowl. So another tutty. Wow. He is just absolutely
filthy. Still scoring.
He's still scoring, bro. I like those. I'm actually going to touch on something pretty close to that later, but I'm going to go with my first 1 unit play. And I'm in Kentucky, so I'm going to try to pronounce it the way they do. I have a mouthful of marbles. Whoa. Oh. Give me Louisville. Give me Louisville minus 4 against Syracuse. 1 unit play. I like the number. I like the team. Syracuse is putting in an entire new defensive line. You're going to put an entire new defensive line against one of the most electric runners of the football. Malik Cunningham right there. Lamar Jackson light. Go ahead. Give me Louisville. We don't love taking road favorites.
No, we don't. Especially in the Carrier Dome.
Especially in the Carrier Dome, where they didn't have air conditioning for the longest time, which is a really weird thing about the Carrier Dome.
Weird.
But I like Louisville -4. I think there's more talent on Louisville's side of the ball. Syracuse, they're going to play it close to the vest. They don't have DeVito anymore. So we're going to see what the Syracuse offense looks like. But I don't think the Syracuse defense is going to have enough fits to keep Malik Cunningham in the box. I think Louisville pulls away. I think they're looking at least a 7-point victory. So give me that -4 for 1 unit.
Yinzer, if you can put that in for me, I can't bet on New York teams in New York.
I can get you that. I'll be in Pittsburgh.
Book me that. Get me Louisville -4 for 1 unit. I'm riding with you on that.
Okay.
Because and folks, you got to understand this. I have a personal vendetta against Syracuse athletics this season.
Hates the Qs.
And if there's one thing you need to understand about me, folks, it's that I can't just win. I need to see my enemies fail. And so I hate losing more than I love winning. Spite is such a great motivator for me.
Spite's the only motivator.
The only I was never I can be self-motivated, but as soon as somebody tells me that sucks or no, you shouldn't do that, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it really well and stick it right in your fat mouth. So give me the Ville -4.
I got you on that.
Thank you.
So technically that was a jump on pick. Do you have another pick you want to give me or you want me to go?
And I got one more. Folks, I'm going back to the Champagne Room.
I knew it. He loves them.
I can't stop. Champagne Poppy, Brett Bielema. That running game was nasty. And then QB.
Can I get a second real quick?
Go ahead.
I can't quit you.
I can't quit. Brett Bielema.
I can't quit you, Brett Bielema.
I only have 1 unit on it. I wish I had 2 units on it, but I realized that before the pod started that I only put 1 unit on it. So I'll be.
Is this a money line or a spread?
This is a money line. I got him at +130. This is straight up and down like 6 o'clock, my man.
Oh,
I think the loss. I mean, yeah, I understand Penix was dealing with some injuries, but I think the loss of Penix is going to hurt Indiana, obviously. And that was the team that overachieved mightily during that COVID year. And they didn't even really win that state Penn game, if we're being truthfully honest. So you wipe that one off the board. And then obviously they struggled mightily last year. And I just think it was too much of a hill for them to climb to make the jump to beat Indiana or Illinois this season.
I like it. I have a couple more 1 unit plays. So how many picks are you going to go with?
Got them off. I got 1, 2. I got 3 more.
Okay, then we'll just keep going back to back. So my next 1 unit play, I got an over play. We love the overs.
Me
we were
too.
talking about pod. Why do we love the over bets, Frankie?
Because when it's over, it's over.
Turn off the TV. Cash or slip. I'm going to take Memphis, Mississippi State over 56. So why I love this, you have Mississippi State, 3rd year of the air raid. Leach is going to be throwing that ball all around the yard. Memphis also bringing back their quarterback. Also, if you remember, Mississippi State lost to Memphis last year in a pretty controversial game that was the game where Leach kind of boiled over. So they're not going to take their foot off the gas pedal. I think we're going to see points out of both teams. I could see this being a 40-34 game or a 42-28 game, but I think we're going to get pretty close to over that 56. I think we're going to be in the 60s pretty comfortably.
I like that.
What I like to do before I make my bets, I like to think about what I think the spread of the total is going to be. When I thought Mississippi State, I had it at 63. It's 56. So I feel like I was getting, and there's no analytics involved. It's just asking me, Ben, what would you pick? And I like Memphis over 56. Give me that for a 1 unit play. That's actually one of my favorite plays of the week, but I'm just keeping it as 1 unit because I have 2 bigger 2s.
Oh, I like that. Yep. I also have an over. We're going down to the Rock.
Give it to me.
University of Southern Mississippi. Their stadium is called the Rock because it was built by prisoners. That's a history fact for you folks. So, like I said, I've been on Southern Miss all year. And by all year, I mean all off season.
6 weeks.
With all their Power 5 bounce backs that are coming down there, and Frank Gore Jr. just being absolute super back. I think that'll provide some spark for them on offense. And then as far as Liberty goes, that scumbag program Liberty, they got Charlie Brewer in at quarterback, and
shout out Baylor.
Yep.
Okay.
And they're gonna they've been liable to light the scoreboard up. So we're gonna go over.
What's the total on that?
We're over 49.5.
That is a low.
Yeah. See, shorties love games in the 40s.
Shorties love games in the 40s. And is that a 1 unit play for you?
That's a 1 unit play.
One dude. Oh man, shorties just love those games in the 40s. This Big Ten energy. I'm gonna go back to another 1 unit play. And Frankie was actually on this. If you listen to the pod, you got a way better the number than I'm gonna give you right now. I'm taking Utah -3. There are a few 2.5s out there, But when I got it, I did get it at 3. If you can get it at 2.5, or you can buy it at 2.5 at like minus 120, maybe do that. But here's the deal. Here's why I like Utah. And Frankie actually did a really good job of talking about this. Florida's having some problems. You're obviously bringing a new coach in. You're getting acclimated. The heat's an issue, but Utah is a more physical team. Utah is a more talented team. And I think what we're going to see is if I have some cojones, I might do a Florida first half, Utah full-time.
The needle.
Little soccer bet.
We'll thread the needle.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many drinks I have in me. But for right now, Utah minus 3. I think Utah's going to wear them down. I think this Utah is the Pac-12 team. I think they're the best team in the Pac-12. And if you want to do that, you have to win this game. I know you're going on the road. Once again, I'm breaking a cardinal rule of taking a road favorite. But the way I'm looking at this, I think Utah's going to be in the game. And what we like to do, we like to win big. We like to lose small. So I don't think there's any way that we're not in this game. At least we're going to have some fun for your money. Give me Utah minus 3 at 1 unit. Frankie got this at, I believe, money line or Utah plus 1 a couple weeks ago.
No, I got it at minus 2.
Minus 2? Okay, still that's below a key number of 3, which is, you're talking your 3, 7, 10s, 14, 17s are your key numbers.
I forgot. Yeah, I still have more picks, but that is a week 1 pick. But I did make that a couple
Utah minus 3 for 1 unit. That's for me.
And I'm on Utah minus 2 for 1 unit. That's for me. In the theme of college football starting, I like to do this at the beginning of the year every year because 1, it's favorable, and 2, because it's just fun, which I think is what gambling at its core should be, is fun. So
that's
I have a 7-team money line parlay.
Hold on. Okay. Fire them away when you're ready.
7 is a touchdown. I thought it would be nice. This is ceremonial for me.
7 for 7.
Yeah.
I love it, buddy.
7. It is plus. I cut it off. I have no idea. It is plus something. Oh boy. I cut that off. I accidentally screenshot the wrong thing. All right.
Give me the teams.
All right. Yeah. I'll give you the teams and I'll get the number. We got Virginia Tech money line Friday night. That's the roll the ball out there and see what happens game against Old Dominion.
Okay.
In-state rival. We got BC Chestnut Thrill.
Djokovic. We love it.
We got Tulsa.
Which is a slut
backwards. We got TCU and Ohio State. So clearly I'm big on them.
Okay.
We got South Carolina as an homage to my friend RT. These are all ceremonial. And then to close it off, we have a mega favorite, but it's just so I have some stake in the game come Monday night, Clemson money line, because I want Jeff Collins to get sent into the sun.
So is that a 1 unit play?
That is a 1 unit play.
Okay, that's a 1 unit play. Well, I'm giving you my next pick. How about you find out what the
it's 353
plus 353. Yeah. So that could be pretty nice. All right, so I will recap that at the end, but listen, it's a lot of times of a sucker's bet to take a lot of money on parlays, but guess what? Call me a sucker because I'll do it every week.
Wow.
So don't think I'm mad about it. You thought I was going the other way.
I love how I hate parlays, and I have 2 this week.
Oh, well, I have 1 this week, but I'm going to go to my first 2-unit single play of the week.
Hit me.
This is the game I feel most confident on. I actually bet this on Monday. I felt that confident on it. And it's the Arkansas Razorbacks minus 6.
Dude, that scares me. That just scares me. That's
I
liked it early, and then it's a stay away game.
Can I tell you why I like it? Arkansas, obviously, we talk about this every week. It's the reason we loved Vanderbilt last week. The SEC is a different conference than these other leagues are playing in. It just means more.
Okay.
You're looking at Arkansas, you're going to have more team talent, you're going to have more team speed. Cincinnati, look at all the guys they lost. I mean, you lost Kobe Bryant, you lost Sauce Gardner, you lost Desmond Ridder, you lost Alec Pierce. You're losing studs on both sides of the ball. And most importantly, you're losing your 2 best corners and you're losing your best quarterback.
Yeah.
Really your only quarterback.
Yeah.
And you're going against Arkansas, which is bringing back, really overachieved last year for playing one of the hardest schedules.
And they got KJ Jefferson again this year.
Yeah. KJ Jefferson, who's an absolute stud. I don't think Cincy can hang with these boys. I think Cincy's Cinderella year was last year, and I think they're going to fall back to earth. I've been fading Cincy a lot in the long-term bets. But give me Arkansas. Give it to me at minus 6. It is creeping up to 6.5. There's still a few 6s out there, but it's going to be 7, 7.5 come game day. So this is one of those games where we talk about, after you hear this is a 2-unit play for me. I would bet Arkansas right now at that number because you're getting it below a touchdown. But I do see Arkansas winning this by 10 to 14 points.
All right. Respect.
So that's my 2-unit play.
I think that does it for me. I know we have the same play, so I'm saving it for last unless you got one more.
Okay, I got one more. Then I'm going to go to my little parlay action. I also have a money line parlay, which is plus 115, so you can tell it's heavily juiced. I got Ohio State money line. I got Houston money line.
That's good.
And I got NC State money line. That's plus 115.
Oh, it's in Greenville. That's in Greenville.
It is. I'm taking. Listen, I'm very bullish on NC State. Love Devin Leary. I think NC State's a good ACC sleeper conference champion.
ECU's defense is Swiss cheese.
Give me 2 units on that. I got burned last week on a 3-unit play on this, but I'm going to drop it down to a 2-unit. That's plus 115. Give me that. And then Frankie Dimes, we're going to have the same last pick. I know it. I think our friendship would crumble if we didn't.
It might not be the exact same, but it is the same.
Okay, then I'm going to let you have the honors on the T-Box. I'm going to let you go first.
I have 1 unit on it.
Okay. Oh, no.
I'm going to add more.
Okay.
For the sake of the show and to make it more interesting, we're going to add another unit on the alma mater, West Virginia Mountaineers, at plus 7.5.
Okay.
I know you're going to take them. I know.
So you got 7.5, 2 units. Now tell us why you like the 7.5 play. Tell us why you like the 2-unit West Virginia play.
It's above a touchdown, and it's an incredibly tough rivalry game.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've talked about West Virginia enough on the pod, and we've already talked about this game for 30 minutes already, so I'm just going to say the same thing. I have West Virginia plus 7.5, 1 unit. Well, I hope that's all we hear come Thursday night. The pride of West Virginia.
That's right
there. So we're both on West Virginia plus 7.5. Frank's taking it for 2. I'm taking it for 1. And I guarantee after about 7 Red Bull vodkas in the North Shore, I'm going to be hopping on that money line train real hard.
Oh, dude, that's going to be something I'm not going to put on the pod because I actually like winning money. Yeah. But like when I'm off pod and it's like, okay, we're going to be,
We're here to bet responsibly, and that is not responsibly, but we still think it's so. But we're going to take those points, like Frankie said. We're getting above a touchdown. Maybe if we go home crying, we'll be doing it in silk sheets. But I'm going to go through. I'm going to give you these picks. So I'm going to give you Frankie's picks first because he is our clubhouse leader at 4.24 units. I'm actually at 0 units, so I split last week. I did have some bigger plays that came in, so I'm still above the number. I'm probably like 0.5 units. But we're not going to legislate that.
Right.
Frankie has 2-team parlay, TCU minus 8.5, Ohio State minus 13. That is a 1-unit parlay at plus 133. Frankie's going to hop on with me at Louisville minus 4 for 1 unit. Illinois money line 1 unit at plus 130. Southern Miss over at 49.5, 1 unit. Utah minus 2 at 1 unit. He bet that a couple weeks ago. Vautech, BC, Tulsa, TCU, Ohio State, South Carolina Gamecocks, Clemson 1 unit plus 353. Really nice value on that.
Thanks.
And the Mountaineers plus 7.5 for 2 units. For me, I have the Mountaineers plus 7.5, 1 unit. Memphis over 56, 1 unit. Louisville minus 4, 1 unit. Utah minus 3, 1 unit. Razorbacks minus 6, 2 units. Ohio State, Houston, NC State, money line, 3-team parlay, 2 units. That's a plus 115. And like I said, Frank and I need to come up with some graphics so we can post these picks so I don't have to just put it in a notepad and send it out to you guys. But those are the picks. I think those are some strong picks. I think we do have some stuff. I see we have Louisville, we have Ohio State together, we have West Virginia together. So we are going to be riding together on a few of these.
We ride or die, bro. We ride or die.
Yeah. And I don't want to fully debut my Yinzer accent on the podcast, but I mean, we're just going to be riding this thing till the wheels fall off. We're getting Don swinging.
Going down Akershire.
I'm getting Don Akershire. I'm going to go see Kadon Slovis. He's going to throw it all. He's going to throw it all around the yard.
People need to make sure they don't get this twisted about me. I lived in Pittsburgh for a year, okay?
Frankie Dimes knows the bird.
Frankie Dimes knows KDKA, his former employer. Frankie Dimes knows Pony.
He knows Pony.
He knows Dunlap, Colin Dunlap. They were really nice to me, and they don't remember me at all, but they were nice to me.
Do you know Double M?
So what's his actual name?
Mark Madden.
Oh no, I don't know Mark.
No, you don't know
I
Double
know.
M.
I know Paul's Ice from the Paul's Ice show. I know Paul's Ice.
Frankie's just dropping Pittsburgh radio legends, and you people outside of the 412 have no idea what
You
they're
have no
talking about.
idea, but I worked for them,
You
so
did.
don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted, but those are the picks. We will put them on. I say every week I'm going to put them on. I never do. I just end up doing teaser videos. But I will put those out there because we have a lot of picks. It's no longer 2 or 3 picks, so it is kind of hard to keep track.
It's a bigger card. I mean, more, but we don't want to kill ourselves. It's week 1.
No, 6 picks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Frankie has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Frankie has 8.
Ooh,
1, 2, 3,
I don't like
4,
that. I thought it was 7.
8. No,
okay, well, it ain't tricking if you got it.
No, I didn't even have to take my shoes off the count this time. All I want to hear Thursday night.
What do you got, Yinzer? What are your picks?
My picks?
Yeah.
I gave you my picks.
Oh, you already gave them all?
Yeah, I sent them both, baby. I sent them right. I went rapid fire, my man. I went rapid fire down the list.
You got anything you want to close with, pal?
So what I'm going to do is I had something, but I'm going to save it for next week because depending on how the game goes, I think it's either going to hit differently, but I'm going to do it regardless. But we're going to hit differently. We've already talked a lot of West Virginia football. I'm not going to kill the people that aren't here for the picks, not the Mountain State. But I know you got something for me. It's the biggest game of the
week. You have to give us a break.
It's the biggest game of the week.
Literally.
It's the biggest game.
Oh, yeah. You guys really care about Notre Dame, Ohio State. They're going to boat race them. It doesn't matter.
It's a boat race. Georgia, Oregon's probably going to be a boat race.
Oh, wow. The Monday night game is Clemson, Georgia Tech. That game should be banished to the ACC network.
Boat race. Put it on 2:30 after women's volleyball. But, all right. Frankie, I know you got something for me, and then we'll wrap this thing up, bring it home.
I was just thinking about it because we didn't really do Broad Corner this week. I don't
have a Broad Corner this week.
I was thinking about it because this is Broad Corner adjacent.
Okay.
If you had to compare your dating ability to a college football coach,
okay,
who is it and why?
Oh, this is a great question.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic question. For me, I mean, I know mine right away. Do you want me to go or you want you to go?
No, you go. I asked you.
Listen, every guy wants to say that he's Nick Saban and he's going out there and he's getting blue chippers and he's closing. But you know what? I think I'm more of a Kirk Ferentz guy.
Oh, I like that.
I think I'm more of a Kirk Ferentz guy because, okay, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting. I'm not surprising you every week.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not your highest blue chipper, but I got dudes. Okay.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. I sprung some upsets in my life. Pause. AO. But for me, the Kirk Ferentz analogy is like, I've pulled some upsets. I've outkicked my coverage. And that's what I'm saying. Like, nothing is more spooky than coming in, you know, them at Iowa at the middle of the night, and they're like, "What's going on? Anything can happen."
Yeah, you go to Kinnick late in the year, it's over.
Listen, Kinnick in late October is super spooky, and that's where you're seeing with me, where you're like, you know what? Maybe not all, you know, all my success is in the intangibles. You're not looking at me and you're seeing that guy has all the talent. You're saying it's what you don't see. It's what you see Monday through Friday is what's making me.
Wow.
And like I said, I feel like I've pulled a lot of upsets. I feel like people will see me be like, that dude is talking to that girl. And I'm saying I'm not doing it all the time, but like Iowa, I've been known to disappoint often. So, okay, if I'm favored, if I'm in the bar and I'm like, oh, this girl should be, you know, this should be a layup, I will disappoint.
Yeah.
So I get up for big games. You know, you let your guard down before you know. I've got you laugh like 6 or 7 times, and we're good to go. I think I'm definitely a Kirk Ferentz dater. I think that's definitely where I'm at. But I don't have a racist strength coach. Didn't want to push that away. Hashtag ally.
That's funny. I'm
ready to hear yours, dude.
I think as far as me and a football coach goes, I know we talked about them ad nauseum because they're my favorite Big Ten team, and I hate to choose another Big Ten team, but I really do think I'm similar to Pat Fitzgerald in the dating world.
Okay.
Because
Pat Fitzgerald, one of the most profitable underdogs. Is that what you're going for?
Well, it's not just that. It's just because, like, there's certain restrictions when recruiting to Northwestern.
Yeah, okay. Let's hear them.
There's certain restrictions when I'm dating.
Yeah.
All right. Like, what's your ACT score?
Mm-hmm.
What's your credit score?
So
What?
what you're saying is you're weeding out a lot of these girls before they even get on campus.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the admission process is tough. Like I said
It's
earlier,
tough.
I'm always looking for an out. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't like your dog was ugly. Okay, I'm out. Like that's, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like, we all have our things, and it's like me, I have just happen to have a lot more than most people,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
So once I get you on campus, the very few that make it on
Yeah.
campus, uh, we will have success. And sometimes, like every couple years, we'll make it to the Big Ten West Championship and get killed. This is why I'll never get married, but I'll have fun in the meantime.
What I'm getting at, and what I'm kind of picking up is this. So what you're saying is like you definitely go through the hot and cold streaks. There was a time,
Yeah,
I think it was last winter when you were at a Michael Myers level of stacking bodies. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was just every day. It was every day. I mean, it was getting exhausting for me. I was starting to worry about your just physical health at this point.
And it wears on you. It wears on you.
And then, like you said, and then you went a little cooling off period. That would maybe be Northwestern last year.
I'm in my cooling off period.
But Northwestern this year, already a big upset. Is Frankie's out your Tommy? You've rounded a corner?
I think we're ready to get back out there.
I love that. I love that.
And I'll see you. I'll see, not you, but I'll see you, listener, in the Big Ten Championship.
Calling your shot right now.
That's right. I'd say by end of football season this year, I have went to the pumpkin patch with a gal.
Oh, I love that. And let me bring it back to me down at Iowa. And I'm just saying, hey, any given Saturday.
Yeah.
Any given Saturday. Don't count me out. They said 75% of the country is against Yinzer. Still at 25.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a pretty accurate assumption of everything we're going.
I was just trying to think of a school. I was just trying to think of a school that was like tough to get into. You know what I mean? And I was like, Northwestern does make it to the Big Ten Championship like once every 5 years.
And I was just thinking of a school with giant white dudes, so that worked.
Yeah, we nailed that. We nailed that. Yeah, otherwise, I was going to go out to Stanford, but I didn't like David Shaw because I'm not conservative.
No, you're not. You can't be super conservative.
I can't be punting from the 35.
Listen, field position, baby. But I don't know. I don't got anything else, Frankie. I think we got a lot of winners in here. We got a lot of winners in here.
I think we feel confident, which is good and bad.
I feel like this was a more down to business pod. I feel like we're saying the meat of this is winning money.
Yeah.
And I feel like
hijinks won't soon. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because we're still trying to figure this out as we go, folks. Yeah. Maybe these episodes are more. Here's the picks, and then the recaps are when we get bananas.
Yeah. Listen, and the recap show last week was first. I think it was one of our best shows.
It was awesome. It was at 8 in the morning.
It was at 8 in the morning. It was 25 minutes. It was tight and it was packed.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would go listen to the recap show right now.
That video should be out probably by the time this is out.
If you want to see what a vibe check looks like, just check out that pod. But Frankie, that's all I got for this week. We're hitting that 58-minute mark, which we love. That's a sweet spot below that 60. Good luck, dude. Wish me luck tomorrow in the brawl.
Of course, man. Bring home the W. Come back with your shield or on it.
Bro, no doubt. They're going to have to either carry me out of the Berg or they're going to bury me in the Berg. No doubt about it. But let's go Mountaineers.
Let's go Mountaineers.
Please, Neil Brown, get us this victory, bro. We need it. Please.
Are we doing a prayer? Should we do a prayer?
I mean, I'll do whatever it takes, buddy.
Do you want to lead the team prayer or should I? I led the team prayer in high school.
Give it to us.
My coach told me that was the most important position, and they didn't play me for 3.5 quarters.
He negged you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chaplain Frankie. Lead us home, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on a new season, Yinzer, your eyes closed?
My eyes are closed.
Okay, my eyes are closed too. Okay. Mm-hmm. Dear Heavenly Father, dear non-denominational God, we humbly come before you, as servants of you, degenerates. We ask for your guidance and your wisdom and your blessing as we embark on another season of pure, unadulterated degeneracy.
Yes.
Lead us, Father, not into losers, but into winners. For Amen. Thine is the kingdom that will come, and will bring us showers of blessing and winners. Please give us touchdowns and pick sixes and points galore. Let's go Mountaineers. Let's go drink some beers. Amen.
Amen. Hey, cheers, beers, Mountaineers. If you ain't riding with the blue and gold, don't come in my set. I can't have you. I'll see you Thursday at the North Shore. You don't have to come find me because I'm going to be out there in those streets.
Hey.
Let's go, West Virginia. West Virginia, 31-23. Let's go.
Wow. Okay, we're doing score prediction. West Virginia, 31-28, walk-off field goal. Kids going home crying in Wexford. Peace.
Oh, shout out Plum. Shout out Pat McAfee. Let's go, dude. Frankie Dimes, take it easy. I'll catch you on the recap Sunday.
Bye.
See you, buddy.